Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 2 of class 2025I. We will present the results of the analysis of the article we selected, entitled 1D Hydrogen Engine Modeling, Air Fuel Injection Part Timing and Water Injection Effects on Performance and Emission.
Before we move to the next slide, let me introduce all the members of the group. The first one is me, Muhammad Arfian Aziz, with the student ID 050. And the second is Anan Muhammad Fikri with the student ID 030. And the third is Hakim Imam Majid with the student ID 014. Fourth is Dimas Visionary Habibi with the student ID 056. And the last is Muhammad Maulana Isyamuddin Rashad with the student ID 082. So the first one is talk about introduction. This is introduction means about background and research problem. The first one we talk about background. The background is fossil fuels remain the primary driver of greenhouse gas emissions and global air pollution. 2. Hydrogen or H2 has been identified as the most promising zero carbon fuel for internal combustion engines, or we know ICE. 3. However, hydrogen engines face serious challenge, high NOx formation and knock tendency due to extreme combustion temperatures. 4 is water injection is proposed as a combustion chamber cooling strategy, but its combined effect on performance has not been comprehensively studied. On the second one is research problem and objectives. In the research problem, we found that the problem is how do air-fuel ratio, or AFR, spark timing, and water injection affect the performance and emissions of a hydrogen-fueled ICE, or internal combustion engine. In the research objectives, we found that the objective is 1. Develop a 1D model of a modified BMW F1650 GS single-cylinder engine using Ricardo Wave simulation software. 2 is optimize the combination of AFR, or air-fuel ratio, spark timing, and water-to-hydrogen injection ratio parameters. And the last is identify the optimal operating conditions that maximize power output while minimizing NOx emissions.
And the next is methods. Participant and research tool, experimental design and simulation software. For the subject, we have BMW F600 GS engine with single-cylinder 4-stroke engine and displacement 652 cc, modification petrol engine converted to hydrogen fuel injection system modified for hydrogen supply. And for the tools, we have Ricardo Wave software, industry-leading 1D engine simulation software, models combustion cycles, gas flow, and thermodynamics. Model validate against experimental data of the original engine, widely used in global automotive OEM R&D. And for the investigate variable, the first one we have air-fuel ratio, variation of the air-hydrogen mixture ratio from lean to rich conditions to optimize combustion efficiency. And the second is spark timing or ignition timing, variation of ignition advance or retard timing to maximize in cylinder peak pressure and prevent knock. And the last one is water injection, variation of the water to hydrogen injection ratio to simultaneously suppress combustion temperature and NOx emission.
Okay, now let's talk about how this research was conducted. Since this is a simulation-based study, the research used Ricardo Wave, a professional 1D engine simulation software, to model and test the BMW V650 GS engine without needing a physical engine in lab. The process followed 5-step. First, they built a digital model of the engine by inputting a physical specification. Second, they validated model by comparing gasoline simulation result with the manufacturing data, and the results were very close with only around 1 to 2% difference. Third, they converted the engine parameter to match hydrogen fuel characteristic. For they run a parameter from 2000 they run a parameter sweep by systematically varying AFR, spark timing, and water injection ratio across engine speed from 2000 to 7500 rpm. And 5. They analyzed all the output results using MATLAB and Excel. The key parameter they measured were brake power, brake torque, brake thermal efficiency, peak in cylinder pressure, volumetric efficiency, NOx emission, BSFC, and exhaust gas temperature. The 8 parameters together give a complete picture of both engine performance and emission behavior under a tested condition. Okay, now let's look about the result for air fuel ratio and spark timing. Starting with AFR or lambda. Lambda tell you as the ratio of air to fuel in the mixture. A lambda of 1.0 is a perfect stoichiometric mixture. Above 1.0 is lean and below 1.0 is rich. The result showed that at this conditions, especially lambda less than 1.0, brake power increased 1.5%, but NOx emission rose significantly due to higher combustion temperature. On the other hand, at lean condition, specifically lambda equal to 1.4 to 2.0, power dropped slightly by around 5%, but NOx was reduced dramatically by up to 60%. The research found that lambda equal to 2.2 give the best balance between power and low emission, and this become the optimized operation condition. Okay, moving on spark timing. Spark timing control when the spark plug fire measured in degree before the center or BTDC. Advanced timing improve thermal efficiency, raising 40% BDA, but increase NOx and raise the risk of engine knock. Retarded timing reduces NOx and knock risk, but caused around retarded timing reduces NOx and knock risk, but cause around 12% drop in power and higher exhaust temperature. After testing value from 3 degree to 27 degree CABTDC, the result concluded that 12 degree CABTDC was the optimal timing, providing good efficiency while keeping knock under control at bigger engine speed. In summary, both AFR and spark timing directly control the trade-off between power and NOx. Neither work best alone. They must be tuned together, which is exactly what is this study demonstrated for.
Result 2.2 Effect of water injection. There are 2 points. Point number one, positive effect of water injection. Number one, combustion chamber cooling. Water injection significantly lower peak combustion temperature, the primary mechanism for suppressing nitrogen oxide formation. Number two, drastic nitrogen oxide reduction. At the optimal water to hydrogen ratio, nitrogen oxide emission can be reduced to near zero level without excessive power sacrifice. Number three, improve volumetric efficiency. Evaporating water inside the cylinder increase the induced charge mass and changing volumetric efficiency. Number four, anti-knock protection. The cooling effect from water reduces the risk of auto-ignition, pre-ignition, or knock-in high-pressure hydrogen engines. Point two, trade-off and limitation. Number one, power output drop. Excessive water injection reduces brake power as water lowers the effective heat of combustion. Number two, water consumption requires an additional water storage and supply system, adding complexity to the vehicle fuel system. Number three, narrow optimal range. The optimal water to hydrogen ratio is highly load specific, requires precise electronic control system. Number four, optimal condition. Let IFR plus moderate spark advent plus moderate water injection, best balance between power and emission. The point discussion. There are 4 points for this discussion. Number one, interpreting IFR and nitrogen oxides. Research confirmed that lane conditional lambda less than 1.5 consistently suppress nitrogen oxides to reduce adiabatic flame temperature. Well-established Lane-Burn combustion theory now quantitatively proven for hydrogen engine. This is significant because hydrogen engines tend to produce higher nitrogen oxides than gasoline engines due to the faster flame speed of hydrogen. Number two, spark timing sensitivity. Spark timing optimization in hydrogen engine is far more sensitive than in petrol engine due to hydrogen flame speeds being 7 times faster. This finding confirms the need for comprehensive ignition system recalibration when converting ice to hydrogen fuel. Number three, role of water injection. Water injection provides a dual benefit to suppress hydrogen oxides while simultaneously preventing knock. We studied the reverse quantitative insight into the optimal water to hydrogen ratio. These findings contribute to the design of next generation hydrogen engine H2. Particularly in water injection with adaptive real-time nitrogen oxide sensor feedback. Number four, practical implication. This study proved the technical feasibility of converting a petrol fuel single cylinder engine to hydrogen with minimal modification. It provides a foundation for R&D of commercial hydrogen engine for motorcycle and light vehicles.
For the conclusion and implication, hydrogen is viable for ICE. So first, what we can conclude from the study is that hydrogen is actually a viable fuel for internal combustion engine. For example, a single-cylinder engine like the BMW F650 GS can be modified to run on hydrogen by optimizing key parameters such as the air-fuel ratio, spark timing, and also adding water injection. Based on simulation using Ricardo wave, This approach is not just theoretical, it is technically feasible and practical. For the balancing power against nitrogen oxide, moving into emission and performance, the study highlights the importance of balancing power output with nitrogen oxide emission. It was found that running the engine under lean condition with lambda greater than 1.5 can reduce nitrogen oxide emission by up to 60%. In addition to that, water injection helped lower the combustion temperature, which further suppresses emission. So, the optimal configuration here is a combination of lean burn operation, moderate spark advance, and also moderate water injection. In contribution for the future, looking ahead, this research provides a strong scientific foundation for developing adaptive ACU, specifically designed for hydrogen power engine. It also opened up a real opportunity for commercial conversion of motorcycle and light ICE vehicle into hydrogen-powered system. In policy and industry implication, from a broader perspective, hydrogen-based ICE technology offers a more affordable pathway for energy transition compared to full electric vehicle. This is especially important for developing countries where EV infrastructure is still limited. Therefore, this finding can support energy diversification policy and encourage the development of national hydrogen infrastructure. For personal reflection and also the relevance to automotive engineering, from our perspective as automotive engineering student, this article is highly relevant because it addresses a real-world transformation of conventional engine into future-ready system. It directly connects to current global discussion on sustainable mobility and alternative fuel. For methodological contribution, another important point is the methodology used in the study. The use of simulation tools like Ricardo Wave show how modern research combines computational modeling with experimental validation in an efficient way. For relevance to developing country, in the context of developing country, this approach is particularly valuable because it provides a more economical transition strategy compared to full electrification. It allows existing vehicles to be adapted instead of completely replaced. For key lesson from this article, to take away from this article is that converting an engine to hydrogen is not simply about switching the fuel. It requires a comprehensive recalibration of engine parameters, and this is a crucial insight for future automotive engineers working on alternative powertrain technology. Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation. We hope that the information we share has helped you better understand the topic. This presentation is the result of our teamwork, and we truly appreciate your attention and support. If you have any question or feedback, we will be happy to hear from you. Once again, thank you and have a great day. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.